Hello, welcome back. If you're watching this video, you're sticking around for a little bit, so I am super excited about that. If you don't know, my name is Megan Struemph, and I am an online health and fitness coach with Beachbody, and today we are going to face some fears. Now, I'm going to go through the top 3 fears that I usually hear, and the reason that I hear them is because they're all fears that I had when I first got started. So obviously, if people or women are coming to me to coach, they're probably a lot like me, and they probably have the same fears that they did. Okay, so the first thing that I hear is, I do not have time for that. I barely have time for, the activities that I am doing already. And here's the thing about time is we make time for things that are most important to us. And so this business is super important to me because it is going to bring me to a dream, a huge dream of possibly being able to stay home with kiddos someday. So right now, I'm totally willing to sacrifice some TV time, or I'm totally willing to sacrifice a little bit of sleep time in order to get a little closer to those dreams. But you might be thinking, okay, day to day, what does it look like? How much time do you actually put into this, Megan? So this business is so focused on personal growth and you focusing on yourself and using that to inspire others. So I wake up around 5 a.m. I used to be, so I'm going to tell you while I'm teaching because the summer is very different. But while I'm teaching, I usually get up at 5 a.m. Now, this is very different than what I used to. I used to get up around 6 o'clock. So I get up a little bit earlier, which is awesome. I love it. And I found ways to kind of trick my mind into it. But that first hour of my day is focused on my mind, my body, and my spirit. So I do about 10 minutes of personal development. So I usually listen to a lot of books. So I'll turn on my Audible while I'm brushing my teeth, washing my face, going potty, those types of things. And then I do about 10 minutes of just prayer time. So I try to get my mind right, my spirit right, just silent, like sitting down and just praying to God, being thankful for what happened the day before, asking for things that I need in my life. And yeah, I do pray for this business because it is important to me and my family's life, or my future family's life for sure. And then I do about 10 minutes of what's called affirmations and kind of visualizing. So kind of getting my mind right for what I'm about to do that day. Because, hey, I hang out with middle schoolers all day. You got to get your mind right for that. And then I do a quick either 20 or 30 minute workout. And that brings me till 6 o'clock. And I usually do about 5 to 10 minutes of work in the morning. That might be checking in with a challenge group if I have it going on, or making a post for the day if I didn't do it the day before. But about 5 or 10 minutes of just kind of getting a few things done so I can head out the door. So then I get ready and I head and I teach. And then I usually get home around 3:30 or 4. And that's when I work and I do what's called my power hour. So during this time, I'm either connecting with new women because I love having just conversations with women, creating content for my Facebook page. During this time, I might also be checking in with some ladies that are in my challenge group and working on their own transformation. And that's what I do for that hour. And then usually by that time, Zach is home and I'm cooking dinner for us. And we spend about 2 to 3 hours just hanging out with each other, undivided time on him. So if you have kiddos, you kind of work around that schedule. And some of my coaches don't do any work during the day, and then once kiddos are sleeping, that's when they do their power hour. That's when they're connecting with women, and that's when they are kind of sharing with others what they are doing. And then I have pretty big goals, so I work again from about 8 till 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, bedtime. I am a pumpkin at 9 o'clock, and there is no productive work being done after that time. So at 9, I'm usually either responding to messages of people who are interested, or I might be learning. So learning new ways and quicker ways and easier ways to do this and to train you, future coaches, for sure. So that's kind of my day. So if you think about it, if you count my workout, I maybe work, 2.5 hours a day. If you don't count my workout, which I would be doing that anyway, so I'm not even going to count my workout as work. But, maybe 2 hours a day can make this business work, you guys. The second fear is I don't want to be a salesperson. And hallelujah, neither do I. Like, I cannot explain how unsalesy I feel every single day. I can't even tell you how many women I have coming to me and saying, what do you do? What are these accountability groups that you do? Could you tell me more about such and such? And yes, I do reach out to people for sure, but most of the women that actually follow through and buy some kind of Shakeology or workout program, most of them come to me, to be honest with you. And so if they're coming to me, or even if I am reaching out to people, I'm finding out what do you need in life? What are your struggles? What are your fears? What do you want? What do you enjoy to do for exercise? What's your nutrition like? So I do a lot of asking questions and trying to find a solution that matches with their problem. And to me, that's not salesy. And maybe that is to you. And if it is, then this business is not for you. But to me, I love fixing people's problems. Like, that is what I was created to do, I believe. So that is kind of how I've gotten over not feeling like a salesperson, because I don't, honestly, at all. I've never felt salesy at all. And I train my coaches on how to not sound salesy, how to share instead of sell. Okay, third thing is that before I got started coaching, was so afraid of what other people would think of me. I was so afraid of being that girl that everybody kind of avoids because all she talks about is beach body. And yeah, you might become that girl if all you talk about is beach body. But I have dedicated myself to, this is not the only thing that I talk about. If someone brings it up, if one of my best friends brings it up, of course I'm going to talk about it because they're my best friends and this is a huge part of my life right now. And hopefully will be a huge part of my life in the future. But I just make sure that I bring it up if I feel like it's something that someone wants to talk about. So if someone is talking about healthy eating and how I can help them, then of course I'm going to talk about it. But if we are out and having a drink or out at dinner and I'm not constantly thinking, how can I slip in Beachbody? How can I talk about coaching? How can I get them to whatever? And as long as that's not your mentality, you're not going to have that worry of what other people think about you. I've always just been myself and been genuine, and it works for me, for sure. I don't ever have to push anything, I feel like, or act unlike myself. And if people judge me, then who cares? Like, people are going to judge me no matter what. They judge, the fact that I am 29 and not married. People judge me because I've been divorced, and people judge me for a lot of different reasons, because I am very happy all the time. Oh, well, that's just the part. I know that I am helping women change their lives, and I feel good about that, and I feel like God feels good about that, and honestly, that's all that matters. So those are some of the fears that I had getting started. I would love to hear, what are your fears? Are they similar to mine, or do you have other fears that maybe need to be tackled or we need to chat about? So I would love for you to comment below. What are your fears with potentially becoming a coach? And let's chat about it. So have a great day. I'll talk to y'all later. See ya. Mwah.